What is happening, and welcome to another Photography Talk episode 146. And friends, Canon and Nikon currently have about the same number of mirrorless camera models in their lineup. But if Nikon has its way, they might have quite a handful more in their catalog this time next year. Now, we're going to reveal what those cameras might be here in just a moment. Now, Nikon is also in the news for a new lens, the NIKKOR Z1728 2.8. Now, this lens is lightweight, it's fast, and is inexpensive. Not a bad way to summarize a lens. Then we're going to close things off with a discussion about Canon's plans for its family of RF lenses, which is rumored to include 4 new wide-angle primes in the next year. Now friends, all of these stories are coming up here in a moment, but first look, every single week we put these videos together with these small little bite-sized little news nuggets to keep you informed, keep you entertained as far as what is happening in the photography industry. Now of course, if we are successful and hey, you find some value with this video, by hitting that like button down below, you're gonna really, it's kind of like doing a high five to Google, or I'm sorry, YouTube's algorithm, which of course helps us out. That said, well, we do appreciate that, by the way. Anyways, with that said, let's shift gears and get on to this week's headline. Now, I stumbled on a wild prediction earlier this week where Nikon is headed with its mirrorless cameras. This is actually pretty interesting stuff here. Now, according to mirrorless rumors, the Z7 III might be released in November of this year, which is just a couple months. Now, rumor points to having a 45 megapixel sensor, 8K video capabilities, which is going to be pretty awesome. Now, the same rumor also suggests that the Z6 III will be released in November as well, with a 24 megapixel sensor and 6K video capabilities. Now, this is where things really start to kind of amp up a little bit. Next year, it looks to be even busier if all these rumors pan out. Now, the predicted roadmap includes a Z5 II with a 24 megapixel sensor, 4K video. Now, that's coming in January, plus a Z90 with a 24 megapixel sensor coming in March. Then in June, rumors indicate that a ZF will arrive with a 24 megapixel sensor. Later that summer, in August, we'll see the Z8. Boy, again, we've been talking about the Z8 for a long time. Anyways, 61 megapixel sensor and 8K video. Now, the last camera on the rumored roadmap is the Z52 with a 21 megapixel sensor. Wow, not only that is that a mouthful, but that is one aggressive roadmap. Now, of course, friends, let's be real here. As we talk about rumors in the past, rumors are rumors. So we can't trust that any of this will happen, but hell, if Nikon pulls off even half of these cameras next year, that is going to be one hell of a really exciting year for Nikon folks. Now, if you're a Nikon shooter, there's a new wide-angle zoom lens that you can add to your kit, and it's the NIKKOR Z1728 2.8. Now, this lens, I think this is a pretty slick lens. Now, it's cheaper option than the 1424 2.8, which is quite a spendy option at $2,500. Now, the new 1728 lens is just under $1,200. In other words, this is a great option for photographers that want to add light gathering power of a 2.8 lens, but don't want to spend a pile of cash to pay for it. Isn't that like all photographers? No, I think this is a pretty exciting lens. Let me kind of expound on this a little bit further. I'm going to reference some Canon lenses as a point of reference here. The 1535 2.8 is a lens that I've been using on my R5 here almost exclusively since I've had the camera. Inside the studio, it's nearly always on there. And that's a pretty expensive lens. Then they came out with the 14 to 35 f4. So it's much smaller, lighter, and it's about half the price of the 1535, but you lose a stop. So with the 1728 here, you're losing from a wide angle standpoint, you're losing about 3 millimeters, right there, but you're maintaining that 2.8. Now, granted, from a landscape photographer standpoint, you really don't use the 2.8 to begin with much anyways, but it's lighter and it's also less on the wallet. So the 1728, I think this is going to be a good option, particularly I mean, geez, from the cost standpoint, and 17 millimeter is still really, when you look at the EF mount for Canon, geez, that was a 16 to 35, and that was a flagship. So this is just 1 millimeter off of what that was. So I think even landscape photographers or nature or wildlife photographers, people that get outside, this could be a really good lens to save a few bucks. Even astrophotography, that 2.8 is going to be really nice. Now, don't get me wrong, the $1,200 is still a lot of money, but it's a heck of a lot less than the $2,500. So whether you're a beginner, enthusiast, professional, I mean, you might be able to get this lens or take a serious look at this lens here. Now, in addition to the smaller price tag, the 1728 2.8 is also much lighter than the more expensive 1424 2.8. In fact, the new lens is about 30% lighter. Now, other features include high-speed stepping motor, virtually silent zoom, and very little focus breathing. Now, you don't have to wait long for this lens as well, so actually these things are being released or being made available in October. So you can actually pre-order one today by following the link in the description, or heck, go running into B&H Adorama with a wad of cash in October. Anyways, guys, links are down below. Now, not to be outdone by Nikon, Canon also updated its lens roadmap with a variety of very interesting lenses on the horizon, specifically wide-angle prime lenses. Now, I've said it before many times, I switched over to Canon in large part because of the RF family of lenses. But one only needs to look at the current roadmap to see that there aren't many wide-angle primes. Not anything really exciting, at least. In fact, Canon has just 3 wide-angle primes right now. You have the RF 16mm 2.8, you have the 24 1.8, and you have the 35mm 1.8. Now, that's a macro one. Now, rumors indicate that over the next year, these 3 lenses will be joined with as many as 4 additional wide-angle primes. Not only that, all 4 prime lenses will be L series lenses. So, yeah, this is looking pretty good. So Canon seems to be working on a 12mm 1.8L, a 24mm 1.4L, and a 28mm 1.4L, and a 35mm 1.2L. Now, out of these, I have to say the 28-35, for me, my shooting, I have very little interest in those, but the 12 and that 24, the 12 1.8, yeah, that sounds like it could be a relatively light lens. Famous last words. The 24, hands down. Now, I'll share with you a story. When I was back with the Nikon, the D800 or the 850, during that time frame that I had that body there, my favorite lens, hands down, was the 24mm 1.4. That was such a sharp, it was a beautiful lens. I absolutely loved it. So the 24, the fact that Canon is coming out or potentially coming out with the 24 1.4, yeah, that's pretty exciting. That 12 should be pretty exciting as well. But as always, we'll see what happens with that. Now, anyways, bear in mind, guys, that these are, as I said a moment ago, these are rumored lenses. So there's really no guarantee that these lenses will show up within the next 12 months or hell at all. But it's exciting to think that we might soon have a much bigger collection of wide-angle primes. Anyways, as more details come available on anything that we just spoke about here, as you guys know, I'll keep you guys posted. Now, let's shift gears and talk about our current giveaway. Friends, we have 3 excellent prizes up for the grab this month. We have the Hold Fast Thermographer bag, we have the Hold Fast leather camera strap, and we have the $100 Amazon gift card. Now, as always, entering the giveaway is super easy. Step 1, like this video, subscribe to our channel. Step 2, leave a comment below. In fact, the more of our videos that you watch and leave a comment on, the more chances that you have to win. So get watching some more of the videos, leave some comments, and friends, you're off to the races. Step 3, register on PhotographyTalk and introduce yourself in the forum. Now, if you happen to register on the site during one of the last giveaways, you're still eligible to win. But as I keep saying over and over again, swing in by, say hello, post some photos. We would love to see you. And friend, that is it. For complete details on the giveaway, including how to register on PhotographyTalk or how to say hello in the forum, check out the description below. Good luck. In one last thing, look, if you enjoy this sort of content, be sure to head over to PhotographyTalk, sign up for an account. Friend, it's free to do so, and it gives you access to literally thousands of related articles on the site, including news articles on camera gear, for photography tutorials, and much more. So take a moment and sign up for an account and get access to the material that will help you take your best shot. All right, friends, and that is it here for today. First, hey, before we close things off, I gotta thank you for swinging by, supporting the channel, watching this video. It is always a blast to see you. Well, actually, that would be creepy if I could see you right now, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. We appreciate you guys swinging by here and watching the content that we put a lot of work into creating these videos, and it's great to see you guys coming by here, leaving comments, and allowing us to engage with you. But I am going to ask you to do all that YouTube stuff, so if you have not yet hit the like button down below, sure would appreciate you doing so. Might as well hit that subscribe and hit that bell so therefore YouTube sends you a notification every time that we come out with a video. That said, friends, I'm going to be turning off these cameras so you get out there, stay healthy, and take your best shot.